Manchester United against Bournemouth today. Manchester United are able to get themselves 3 points. Well needed 3 points against Bournemouth away as well. We really needed to bounce back from that awful last week performance against West Brom. I think that performance was the worst I have seen Manchester United play. I think they played bad against Sevilla, but that one against West Brom, I think to me personally, it takes the cake. That was just awful to the word awful. But nonetheless, today against Bournemouth, 2 goals to nil, getting a clean sheet as well, 3 points as well. Romelu Lukaku making his 27th goal of the season so far. I think that's his 15th in the league, if I'm not mistaken. That's his best performance yet as a player, Romelu Lukaku, and he has done so in a Manchester United shirt. I cannot be more proud of Romelu Lukaku. Everybody, when he signed for United, everybody say Romelu Lukaku is not going to perform. Romelu Lukaku is not going to perform. But what can you say now after scoring 27 goals so far this season? And the season is not even over yet. It's only 3 goals away, shy of that 30-goal company or whatever you want to call it. 30 goals. What can you say if it scores 30 goals this season, Romelu Lukaku? That's his best yet as a Manchester United player. I think it was a really good performance for the result as well. Comparing that we did get 3 points in this game, that was a really good performance. But not to say the performance in the field was that great either. I think the first half was very slow, especially to me personally. The first half was very slow, but things kind of picked up a little bit towards the end of the first half, and continuing on into the second half just a little bit more. I think second half was much better than the first half, I would say so myself. So with that said, I think it was a really good performance. To get 3 points, it was a good performance. I think there was a flashes of brilliance there from Paul Pogba and company, but I think it was not good enough to really wow the crowd, I should say. Mourinho didn't even seem phased by the goals. I remember when the cameraman would just take a shot of Mourinho to see if he's going to celebrate or not, but Mourinho with this straight face, like, what is wrong with the guy? But nonetheless, it's 3 points in the bag. Manchester United get 3 points. I'm really happy with that. I think we really need to hold on for these 3 points, to keep getting 3 points until the end of the season, just to make sure that we secure that second spot position. Liverpool are coming back on fire. We are, at least right now, we are sitting 4 points above Liverpool. I think it's going to be a hard finish until the end of the season for us to secure the second place position. We need to make sure we win our next game. I think that our next game in the league is going to be against Arsenal, if I'm not mistaken. That could be a very sketchy game, that's for sure. With Obama Yang, Mkhitaryan is gonna want to come back and really put his stamp on it and make sure that it shows Mourinho why ask Mourinho questions. Why did you even send me to Arsenal? I think that would be his main goal to try and do when they do face Manchester United. But we are going to need massive 3 points in that game, just to make sure that we keep the gap at 4 points against Liverpool and make sure we do finish in the second place position, and really qualify, sitting pretty up there with Manchester City for next season Champions League, and make sure that we build up on that, I would say, to make sure that we do have a really good season next season. It has been a progress so far this season. I'm not gonna sit here and say Manchester United have fall back or any other way. There's been a lot of progression, but we just need to see a little more flair in the field. We just need to see a little more flair when the team is playing, just to give the fans that excitement that football can really bring to you. So we haven't really seen much of that so far this season. for Manchester United. I think next season it should be, if anything, it should be much, much better. Not in terms of points or all that. In terms of performance, performance itself needs to be better. If you lose playing well, I think it's much better than lose playing very bad or lose playing bad. I think if you lose playing very well, we can respect that. At least we know that you put in a performance. You're trying to get the result the right way, not really playing all parking the bus all the time. It's been a little bit boring this season to watching Manchester United. Hopefully next season is a much better performance. But with that said, I think for today I'm really happy with the result. Hopefully we can go to the onto the weekend and really put in a performance against Spurs and make sure that we do qualify for the FA Cup final. I'm not really sure if I'm not really that confident that we're gonna go through to the final. Our biggest obstacle at this point of winning that FA Cup final, that FA Cup, it is, in my eyes, it is Tottenham. If we manage to beat Tottenham, I think it will be, the trophy will be ours to lose. Really, in my opinion, it will be ours to lose. But with the way the team is playing so far this season, it's really hard to gauge where the team is. Like, it's hard to tell how the results is gonna come out. Are they gonna turn up when the day comes, or are they just gonna sit back once again and play like they did against West Brom? That would be shocking. If we see that, that would be very much shocking. But the team today put on a performance worthy of the 3 points. So I'm really happy with the 3 points. But before I end this video, I'm just gonna do a quick player rating. Hopefully you guys agree with my numbers. But if you don't agree, please leave your comments down below and let me know what you guys think of my player rating. But with that said, let's jump right to it. We're gonna start with De Gea. De Gea didn't really have to do much today, but it was, when it was called for, De Gea was there. I think he had like maybe 2 or 3 saves that he really needed to do today. But especially the one against Josh King towards the end of the first half, I think that was the save of the day. I think if Bournemouth were able to score that goal, I think I could be sitting here talking a whole different ball game and a whole different result against Bournemouth. But it's not the story today. David De Gea came out again with a good performance. So just because he didn't really do that much for the game today, I will give David De Gea a solid 7.9. I think that's good enough. 7.9. We're gonna go jump to Damian. Damian hasn't played that many games so far this season, but I think he did enough today. But did he do enough to give himself a chance to play against Tottenham? I doubt it. I really doubt it. Maybe that's why Valencia didn't play today, just to make sure he gets his rest and well prepared for that game against Tottenham. For Damian, I will give him a solid 6.8. I think it was a good enough result to make sure that we keep a clean sheet. But it wasn't that much of an impressive performance either. We're gonna jump to the man himself, Chris Smalling, for coming up with that goal. I think it deserves a little bit of a higher number, because that goal really means something in terms of the game, in terms of the game plan as well. After that goal, I think the game plan of Bournemouth kind of changed a little bit, and then give us a little bit of an advantage over them to manage to maintain our position and manage to go get another goal as well. So for Chris Smalling, I'll give him a solid 7.4. I think that's well deserved. Moving on to Phil Jones. Phil Jones, for me, I think if any other day that could have been a penalty. I think it was in the second half. That could have been a penalty. But Phil Jones, the main problem with Phil Jones for me personally is that he always has a mistake in him. I don't know what's wrong with the guy, but he always has a mistake in him. But if you watch that replay once again, you will see what I'm talking about. Phil Jones for me, I'll give him a 7.1. I think he's right there, 7.1. He did enough to secure us a clean sheet as well. Moving on to Luke Shaw, that's a really difficult one. Luke Shaw, that was a definite penalty as well on Wilson there. That was a definite penalty. I'm thankful the ref didn't see it. Maybe the ref didn't see it. Maybe the ref just thought that was not a penalty. Luke Shaw actually took him out there. But for Luke Shaw, I'll give him a 7.1 as well. I think I think it's well deserved for Luke Shaw. He hasn't played that many games, and he came on and performed just well enough for me personally. Moving on to Ander Herrera. I didn't really see much of him in the first half. I think before he came out in the second half, you really put on a performance just a little bit. I think it's worthy of a seven. This player ratings for me reflect with the scoreline as well, reflect with the result as well. It wasn't a really good game, but we managed to get a result. So for Ander Herrera, for me, I'll put him in a seven, a solid seven right there. Moving on to Paul Pogba, I think Paul Pogba improved this game in the second half. Yeah, I think it improved it very much so in the second half. I think if I give him a solid 7.5 for me for Paul Pogba today, it was not great. It was not that bad either. So 7.5 with the fact that we won the game as well. I think kind of suits Paul Pogba. Moving on to Mario Fellaini, I have no idea why the guy still calls himself a footballer, but he was able to come in and play for 90 minutes. Was it good? The guy is terrible. I have seen enough of Mario Fellaini to actually say the guy is terrible, but he came in and he did what he had to do today. So for me, I'll give him a solid 6.9. I think that's good enough. 6.9. He didn't do anything to get himself sent off, so I think that's good. He didn't do anything to get himself booked, so I think that's good. But other than that, really, Mario Fellaini was just around. Moving on to Martial. Martial hasn't played a couple games so far, or started a couple games as of yet. But I think different performance from in the second half. But putting it together, I think Martial has a solid. I would say a solid 7.2 for me. I would say the same as Marcus Rashford, 7.2 right there. I think it's good enough for those two guys. Moving on to Lingard, Jesse Lingard for setting up Chris Smalling for the first goal. I think was a really good play for Ander Herrera to find Jesse Lingard to find Chris Smalling as well, and to end up with a goal in that fashion, I think was a really good play by the boys there. But for Lingard, I really didn't see much of him in the first half. Besides that part when he really find Chris Smalling inside the box. But other than that, I really didn't see much of Jesse Lingard today. So I think he's another one who's like, I might be too harsh for Jesse Lingard here, but I'll give him once again a solid 6.9 for me. I think it was right there, 6.9. We're moving on to the substitutes here. Romelu Lukaku coming in and scoring a goal. I'll give him a solid 7.1 because besides scoring the goal, he really didn't do much. Romelu Lukaku today. Moving into Matic. Matic came in just to make sure we maintain our position and then we maintain our scoreline as well. I think he did it good enough really to do to play his part in the team. So I'll give Matic a solid 6.8 because he came in the second half. I really didn't see much of him, so a 6.8 I think is worthy. Daily Blind really didn't do anything since coming in, so I'll give Daily Blind. I would probably give him the same as Matic, a solid 6.8. I think that's pretty much it. Did I leave anybody? Jose Mourinho. Mm, this could be a tough one. I have to give Jose Mourinho a rating as well. I mean, you put out a team, a winning team, so I guess a 7 for Jose Mourinho. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know how. I don't know how to grade Mourinho. If I did this video last week, I'll give Mourinho like a 2 or something. But this week, 3 points against Bournemouth, well needed 3 points as well. I think that's good enough for a solid 7 for Jose Mourinho. But with that said, thank you so much for watching. If you do agree with my ratings, please let me know in the comment section. If you don't agree with my ratings, let me know again in the comment section. I'd like to know your opinion and all that. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys